you make good money, you max out your 401k, yet still you cannot envision your life not working before you're 70. That is not a savings problem, that is a strategy problem, and we're gonna fix that today. By the end of this episode, I'm gonna show you multiple ways that you can turn your 401k into an additional stream of income. And this is not talked about enough, so you want to make sure you stay to the end. Just in case you're new here, I'm Erica Brown. I'm a serial entrepreneur, investor, mom, wife, love the Lord, all the things. And I teach people how to build wealth with real estate and other investments without draining your savings and burning you out. And so if you're new here, welcome. If not, go ahead and subscribe so you make sure you don't miss one episode. All right, so let's jump into it. First of all, quick disclaimer before I jump in. I am not your financial advisor and your accountant. I am just sharing with you my experience and the experience that I've used to help my clients. Okay, so the strategy that I'm going to talk about today, I'm really not sure why most people do not do this and talk about this, because it is one of the best kept secrets on how to truly build wealth. Here is the foundational thing that we have to all agree on. It is not enough to just contribute money into your 401k in 2026 and be able to retire before you're 65, like comfortably. One of the top concerns that people have getting close to retirement or in retirement is if they have enough money to last through retirement. People are living longer, and that concern is a real thing. So just making money and contributing to a 401k is just seriously not enough anymore. I always say that you cannot save your way to wealth. You have to invest. So one, it's important to understand that mindset going into it, because if not, I just hate for you to get to the place of 60, 70, all of your friends are retiring and you can't because you thought the 401k was going to save you. It's not. Okay. So that's the first thing. Second disclaimer. The second disclaimer is this strategy does not work for everyone. Okay. If you are not a person who is financially responsible, who has financial discipline, this may not work. I have seen people abuse this strategy a lot. This is not for you. This is for the person who is financially responsible, who is interested in building assets, not liabilities. Okay, cool. Let's get into it. The number one reason people don't invest in real estate is because they feel like they don't have enough for the down payment. Okay, so let me help you find a down payment. All right. So one of the most underrated strategies right now in 2026 to be able to invest in real estate is using a 401k loan. Okay, stay with me. We've heard in the past how people irresponsibly use their 401k, taking out 401k loans for things that are not building assets, for hardships, for things like that. It's for that. Cool. I'm not talking about that. I have helped clients be able to tap into their retirement accounts by utilizing a loan, whether it's a 401k or 403b, by using a loan to be able to help fund their down payment. Let me explain to you why this is one of the best reasons why I think you should do this. One, let's talk about this. Interest rates. Okay. Say you have a lot of equity and you're considering getting a HELOC, right? Cool. Back in the day, when I first got my HELOCs, it was 3%. Now, HELOCs are between 6 to 9%, especially if you do a variable rate. So the rate's a little bit higher. Okay. You can get a personal loan. You can do all these things. You can drain your savings. You can do all of those things. But one of the ways that I've been helping clients be able to buy an investment property at a cheaper cost is leveraging a 401k loan. And this is what I love about this. So typically the 401k loan interest rates are less than 5%, which is beautiful. And one of the most important parts that I love so much is that the interest that you're paying interest on your own money. So the interest that you pay is going back into your own money. Instead of you paying Bank of America or Chase or whatever, they don't need your money. Instead of paying them your interest, you're paying yourself your interest. Okay. There's typically no penalty. They typically just, take out a little bit of money from your paycheck. Hopefully you're investing in an asset that can then pay that can pay yourself the money that's taken out of your paycheck. And you can get pretty cheap money, especially from a standpoint of the cost of money right now, the cost of borrowing money. You can get pretty cheap money from leveraging a 401k loan or 403b rather than pretty much most other types of loans. So that's one of the main reasons why I love that. Real quick, let me tell you about something so good I have to make it free. I need you to hear me. It's not that you're having a money problem or a discipline problem. you're having a one income problem, okay? Over the years, I created 8 streams of income. So I do not have all my eggs in one basket. And so I created a free 7-day course where I'm breaking down each income strategy, what it is and how I got into it, how much you need to start, which is not much, and what the income potential is with the particular stream of income, okay? It's so good. It's so juicy. I deliver it right to your email for 7 days straight. And then at the end of the 7 days, you are going to be ready to take your next step and start earning some additional income. So if you're ready for that, go to the show notes, click the link, and then I'll email it over to you. Okay, back to the episode. The second way you can leverage your 401k to begin helping you to create a new stream of income is converting an old IRA into a self-directed IRA. Okay, so self-directed means that you actually are able to direct where your investment funds are going to. Okay, I talk to people all the time. I was just talking to a client the other day who has an old 401k. She hasn't rolled it over. She's getting ready to buy her next property. And she was like, can I do something with this? And I'm like, yes, absolutely you can. Especially if you are the kind of person where you're investing in real estate for retirement. This is perfect for you if you have your job, you love what you're doing, you still want to pursue your career. Maybe you have an old 401k from a previous employer and it's not really doing anything because it's no longer being matched. You can roll it over to a self-directed IRA, and then you can actually be able to leverage those funds to invest in real estate. Okay. The thing with the self-directed IRA, any profits that you make, your profits will go back to your self-directed IRA. So you can tap into your funds without paying a penalty and still be able to invest in real estate. I wish I had known this when I started. I don't know if you know my story, but when I started, I left my corporate job and I actually cashed in my 401k to use it as a down payment for my investment property. Sure, I ended up making a return and it was worth the penalty. But if I had known about self-directed IRAs, not only could I have saved a ton of money in taxes, but I could have been able to leverage my funds to then continue to still invest in real estate. Real quick, while I have you, let me ask you a question. If you keep telling yourself you're going to get into real estate finally when the time feels right, but it's been years now and it just really hasn't ever felt right, or maybe you've got the money, but you just keep talking yourself out of the deal. Maybe you already own a couple doors and this year the numbers just haven't worked well. Insurance has went up, taxes, interest rates haven't went down. Either way, you're stuck and you're trying to figure it out by yourself, but you just can't figure out what to do next. I get it because I've lived it and I've also been there. I built a almost 40-door portfolio in a market that looked just like this one. And I didn't do it with the guru math or all that hype. I did it with real numbers and real community. That's why we're all coming together for one last time this November at the Owning It and Living It experience, November 13th through 15th, right here in Atlanta, Georgia. It's going to be 3 days of real strategy, really helping you figure out the exact moves that are working right now. And this room helps you finally make yours too. This is the final year. This is the last one. So you want to make sure you're in the room. Grab your ticket before the next price increase. The prices are going up soon. And when this event is over, it's over for good. Go to owningitandlivingitexperience.com and claim your seat today. You were never meant to build this alone. Come build it with us. Another way that you can actually use your self-directed funds to create additional stream of income, maybe you actually don't want to go and physically be the one buying the houses, managing the tenants. I've also had people within my community where they do private lending. Okay. So they're around investors, they're around people who invest in different assets, real estate, etc. And they take a portion of their self-directed IRA and then they end up becoming a private lender. And so they're able to use those funds to be able to help another investor while making a return on their money. And then they were able to reinvest the profits into their self-directed IRA that ends up increasing their retirement. Okay. So if you're looking for some diversification to help you with retirement planning, so you're not just contributing to your 401k and that's it, I want you to consider these 3 options. Okay. So what do you think? What questions do you have about these options? Are you leveraging these options? Have you thought about this before? Comment below and let me know. And let me know what else you would like to hear from me. Again, thanks so much for watching this episode of What's Within Reach. Do not forget to subscribe and I'll see you on the next one.